Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian Espinal, and joining me through Discord is my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
No, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
Bro, you're gonna have to call me next time, cause my guy, we are at 500, 2-on-2.
Wow.
Oh, I'll take it.
Well, I'm very proud of you in the Knicks. But also joining us through Discord, it is producer, also legend. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, man?
Hello. Are you okay?
I was not ready to speak, apparently. My throat was just like, are you ready to talk right now? Are you sure?
You sounded like you were giving into the darkness real quick, where you were just like,
Let the darkness consume you.
Brian's a Nets fan, so I guess Brian and Josh have beef at the moment.
No, I made a promise to Josh that I would smile whenever the Knicks are doing decent. So
yeah, we gotta help the
Same
boy.
way, I'll be proud of the Nets as well, since they're from New York.
Yeah, I mean we're in a bit of a three-way contention here because like Josh's Cowboys and my Giants play off against each other for a playoff spot on Sunday. So it's either the show will be over or the Giants will have won and we would have just continued the show. I'm canceling the show if Josh wins. It's over.
All right, well, since this is the last episode, guys, I mean, it's been one hell of a run.
Yeah, we made it. It just couldn't survive. It couldn't survive the last blow of this shitty year of 2020 for the Giants to be knocked out of the playoffs by a Dak-less Cowboys.
by a red rifle.
it's all right. Even if they win,
Russian defense in the league.
Whoever goes forward, they're just gonna lose to the Washington football team. So.
No, it's not that. It's if Washington wins. No. We won't face the Washington team if whoever wins, because it'll be either the Washington makes it through or one of us does, and then we'll face off against Tampa Bay, probably. Right? I think that's how I got it right. Anyway, this isn't the podcast for this. Let's get into plugs really quick. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
JD Cole _37 and Instagram as well.
Brian, where can they find you?
You can find me at b.esp on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can catch me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram, especially on Twitter because we do a bunch of fun polls like the poll that just concluded that will decide what series is going to take over Chainsaw Man's slot in our weekly lineup. We're not announcing that this week. We'll announce it next week when Jump returns proper. But we do have the results. You guys voted pretty emphatically for one series. It was almost not even close. It was kind of wild. But in any case, until that day comes, you can subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and all of that stuff wherever you listen to podcasts if you want to find out if your favorite series or favorite new series made it to our lineup. But yeah, in any case, that's all the plugs for now. Let's get this party started. Spoiler alerts ahead. We're actually going to start with just a bit of a discussion topic. There have been 2 death battles that have come out in recent time that, falls under our umbrella. Manga and anime, manga and superhero comics. First of which was Sanji versus Rock Lee.
Oh, man.
What a surprising turnout. Both of these battles was surprising. The second one was Broly versus the Hulk, which is pretty wild. But I guess we could talk.
The result was really wild too. Yeah.
I guess we could start with Sanji versus I keep almost saying Usopp, but I guess we could start with Sanji versus Rock Lee. Yeah, I thought Sanji was gonna get beat. It was kind of wild. Sanji won the death battle
only because I thought the 8 gate was just like something that I didn't. All right. you know what? Forget that. I didn't understand what the power level of One Piece was at. I guess the last time I seen the last death battle I remember there being with the One Piece character was with Ace, right? But they also did one with Zoro, and I guess I didn't remember how strong they was. And dude, like, I didn't really keep up with Eighth Gate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or all of that Naruto bullshit.
Yeah,
had
I
no
didn't know
idea.
either. It's kind of wild. Like, we always think, even I think, like, One Piece's world is pretty strong, but I don't know if it matches up against most, like,
It doesn't
other
seem
universes.
like it initially, but then they have really incredible feats
Yeah,
every now and then that they just, it blows everything.
yeah.
You know, it just makes it real over the top.
Yeah, it's weird.
Super larger than life. Oda's good for that. Anyway, it was shocking.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad that the same thing didn't happen to Sanji. That happened to All Might.
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, I was happy about it. Of the two, One Piece is my like favorite or so. Like, go Sanji, kick his ass, literally.
I'm just sad that he had to fight Rock Lee, you know?
Yeah, both of them are good guys.
I like Rock Lee, man.
They couldn't
but-
even find a real reason for them to fight. This is like Rock Lee just doesn't like his food, and I'm like, I don't think Rock Lee would do that to anybody. Rock
That's
Lee's-
out of his character. This death battle sucks.
no, I'm not saying this sucks because of that, but it was fun. I think the more interesting one was like Broly versus Hulk, though, because I thought,
Oh yeah, that one was incredible.
yeah, I definitely
Man.
thought that it was over for Broly, but it wasn't apparently. I don't.
Did you see the most recent movie?
Yeah, I did see Broly.
All right, so I.
It's great.
I did. And because I watched that movie, I was like, Broly wins.
Yo,
Yeah, but you don't
When they was
know, Brian. You
explaining-
don't know.
I do
the
know.
Hulk. All right, I'll tell you this. I didn't understand the level of power they was dealing with, and it made sense. So, all right, the thing that people always, I feel like the reason people always put Hulk at such a high regard is the part that he's super invulnerable and has no limit to strength.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Whereas with Brawley, like, it didn't really matter what Hulk's limit was. It's because he was able to power up so much quicker and get there, and it was a wrap, bro. That shit was crazy. He they went so hard that they went back in time and erased Hulk from existence.
yeah.
That was mad funny.
Yeah, it's interesting. Broly is like, and that's the thing is Broly's ceiling is also not really known because he's only ever shown up for this one movie, and
Yeah.
and they beat him,
So
but
it could be greater. Yeah.
yeah, and they beat him, but it wasn't like a total loss. You know, like they didn't school his ass. It really took a lot.
No, man, Hulk was throwing planets at this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what time it is. He ain't nothing to play with. And before they started breaking the Hulk down, I wasn't sure if they was gonna incorporate the One Below All as part of him.
Yeah,
Because you remember what in one of those issues when he was out in space and he like beat Franklin Richards.
yeah,
When he was at his full power and all of that, but that's not the same as Hulk. So that
yeah,
was fair. It was a crazy fight. It was a good one and it made sense.
yeah. There
I
were
wasn't mad.
two good battles. And honestly, I hope that this inspires people to go pick up Immortal Hulk. Every now and then we bring it up, and it's one of the best books out there. So definitely pick that up. I think it's ending soon, so do it with it while you can. It's a lot of fun. But I guess we're good on Death Battle. Two very fun battles. I'm not really mad with either result. It's just surprising. And I'm happy when they
I
were
was
able to do
surprised
that.
both ways. Yeah.
Yeah. But in any case, I guess it's time to do our show proper. It is time to randomize. Death Metal. We're doing Dark Knight's Death Metal: The Secret Origin. We're covering a couple books from last week that we didn't do because we had an early episode. So we're starting with Dark Knight's Death Metal: The Secret Origin. And this story is about Superboy Prime, which I was super thrilled about. I don't like Superboy Prime. But in any case, we start off.
Not anymore, anyway.
I mean,
Right.
We'll see. We start off with an Earth Prime in 1984. And I didn't know that, like, Superboy Prime had his own, like, origin. And I don't know if this was, like, the truth, because I feel like it isn't. It doesn't really fit with Infinite Crisis and what happened there. But, yeah, we just start out with this kid reading Superman comics in a store in 1984. His name is also Clark Kent. And his parents named him after Superman, essentially. He's getting beat up by bullies, and they're picking on him and stuff, but he still stands up to them. And it brings the attention of Lori, this girl that works there. All right, I think she works there. Nah. No, her mom owns the store. Yeah, her parents own the store, so she stands up to them. She throws like a Slurpee at them or something, and shoos them away. And they develop a little bit of a relationship. They go cosplaying together. It's kind of cute. And at some point, like, Superboy Prime discovers his powers. He just starts flying, and he runs into Superman of that universe, being like, "Whoa, the fuck is happening here?"
Well, the way they explain it here is that he basically felt Superman, and this was during, I guess, like, they was preparing to fight against your boy in Infinite Crisis.
Yeah. Oh, Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I think it was called. Yeah, Crisis. Yeah. Against the Arbitrator.
The Anti-Monitor.
Anti-Monitor.
The Arbitrator.
Same shit, not really. The Arbitrator. So,
yeah.
That's from fucking Halo. Anyway, that's Arbiter. Yeah, no, he intersected into his universe, basically. Mm-hmm. The Earth Prime was supposed to be our Earth, and then enlisted him, and I guess that's how they went about it. Now, that's what was different from before, right? Before, he was just...
No, I would say that, this part is kind of like in line in a way where Superboy Prime's universe was wiped out in Crisis on Infinite Earths, and him and a Superman from another universe, as well as a Lex Luthor from another universe, were kind of like concealed themselves in this like science bubble to protect themselves from being wiped from existence. But his girlfriend did not survive said wiping, and he was not really thrilled about that. And the goal of like the guys from the villains of Infinite Crisis was to just kind of restore everything to how it was before the Crisis on Infinite Earths. So, that's where it got kind of out of line for Superboy. He ends up killing this Connor Kent of that universe, of our universe, essentially. And, his villain path goes from there. He joins the Sinestro Court for a minute. And, he's just been around. And it leads him to now where he is on the front lines along with the Superman family and the rest of the DC universe in the battle against the Batman Who Laughs' army. And nobody's really happy to have him there. They're just like, this guy's a fucking dick. Why is he even here?
Yeah. What a jerk.
Yeah, and he goes sits by himself in the corner somewhere just to mope and sulk. He's like, they don't understand what I did. And I get kind of Connor, like, being salty. He did murder him with his bare hands. So
he ripped him in half, didn't he?
No, he just beat him to death amongst kryptonite. Or something like that. I know he beats Connor Kent to death in a battle. So, he's salty in the head, but everybody else is just like very mean. Except for Crypto, the super dog, who walks up in very man's best friend fashion, just talks to, just kind of like warms the heart of Superboy just by existing and being an adorable dog.
He tries to sad boy him away and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
he's a good boy.
Go on, get out of there. Go on, get. And Crypto's like, no, I'm cute and I'm here to be an emotional support animal. It's a nice little scene, honestly. I would also become less evil if a dog was very nice to me.
For sure. I think we could all agree to that.
Yeah. Connor can't get super defensive.
Boy, what? He's also Superboy?
Yeah, Connor is like Superboy. Like the just Superboy.
Another one, right?
Yeah, he's like the main one. He's like the main Superboy. But yeah, he just like pulls up to him. He's like, "Yo, you fucking with my dog?"
Exception to that.
Yeah, you fucking with my dog, dude. And Superboy's like,
Break
no.
your fucking neck, bro.
Yeah, he said, I'll shove that lame ass armor down your throat. He's so mean. But I get it. But damn. Now's not the time. Because immediately after this confrontation, evil Supermen pop through. And
yeah, some real heavy hitters too.
Yeah. And
quite honestly.
Yeah, and there's like a Superman made out of the sun, it looks like. There's this priesty Superman. There's a guy with a leather jacket on or some shit because he's cool. He's the cool Superman.
And solves mysteries and stuff.
Yeah, he's probably
only when he gives a damn.
Yeah. But yeah, the Superman family and them start fighting. Superboy beats up like the priest one, or they call him Saint. And then he looks up and he's like, well, you know what? I could just end this right now by killing the Batman Who Laughs, right? So he just flies way past all these alternate Earths. The other super people are like, man, fuck this guy. He's running out on us. But
yeah, right.
Yeah, Superboy just like collides directly with the Batman Who Laughs. They kind of have a conflict together. And Batman Who Laughs is trying to like switch him over to our side. He's like, I could give you your world back. And it takes a little bit of a hesitation after seeing all this, like the temptation of having everything he's ever wanted come back. And right when he's about to make his decision, Crypto the Super Dog is standing right next to him like, oof. And he just can't resist. He tries to sad boy him away again. He's like, no, go away.
Amidst combat.
Yeah. I said go. And again, Crypto refuses to go, so he's like, all right, I guess I can't do evil in front of this dog. And, then he just punches the shit out of the Batman Who Laughs. And it ends up destroying a few of the Earths that the Batman Who Laughs created, and it whittles down his forces. But it ends up actually seemingly killing Superboy Prime in the process. As Crypto the this 2-page spread where Crypto the Superdog is like howling over his dead body is like my heart. And I hate Superboy Prime. But I was like, oh man, you make Crypto sad. And he's basically saying no in dog language. As we pull out further and further away from the battle, and we cut over to Clark Kent's room again. Like the average Clark Kent. And he's like, whoa, what was that? And it seems like he's just been reading his own story this whole time. And Lori opens the door. She's back. And and he has a dog too. He has a dog like Crypto. And
no, he went from being knocked out to reading that comic. That's the same consciousness.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is that like
okay.
He's basically woken up in a reality where Lori is back and he has a dog like Crypto and he's happy. And now he's kind of like thinking, it's like maybe I really did die, maybe it was a trick or something, but I'm home now. And he and Lori are walking the dog and they see this kid about to get hit by a car, and Superboy Prime saves him from getting hit by the car by carrying it in the same, I guess, like little pose that Superman does in Action Comics #1. This is the iconic pose. And that's where that chapter ends.
It was a nice ending. For Superboy Prime.
Yeah.
To kind of leave things a little open-ended for whatever can happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a redemption issue for him. I'm not gonna lie, this is my RGC.
Oh, VGI.
And only because,
Certified VGI.
I really like the fact that he realized, okay, if I'm gonna go all in and help these guys, I'm Superboy Prime. I'm not gonna waste my time with all these other scrubs, even though there was other Supermen there.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna harp over that. There's no point. So he went straight to the big guy and said, "Nigga, I don't know if you heard, but I does this." You know what I'm saying? Another version of me chin checked Dr. Manhattan and changed his whole perspective on life.
Yeah.
and then committed suicide. I ain't saying he could beat him, but he does this. And that's what happened. He tried to change his whole perspective by checking his jaw.
Yeah.
And he did, man. He did. He got somewhere. There was a part of me that was struggling with trying to figure out, like, okay, did he actually help or do anything? Like, was there anything worth coming out of this chapter? Because this could be. I got an idea from a comment section that maybe this could just be a alternate reality that the Batman Who Laughs created to kind of like deal with him and put him away because he was a threat. But I really do believe what happened was this is them winning in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like he did this and he wakes up alive because the superheroes eventually win. We know what's gonna happen. They're not gonna it's not gonna end sour before they restart.
Yeah, I agree.
You feel me? This ain't Secret War. I mean, this ain't the end like or that Avengers run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
No. Aside from its value and what it brings to the story, I just thought it was really nice for Superboy Prime because it was really traumatic, like what he went through in his story, and I feel like the reason people don't really like him is because they kind of just overused the idea of him and it was really cheesy. And this was kind of just like putting him to rest.
Yeah.
And if something new comes up, it is going to feel fresh and new.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
It was cool. I thought it was cool what they did.
I have kind of a reverse reaction to Superboy Prime. Because, like, it's not like he started out bad. He just became annoying later in Infinite Crisis where he's just this kind of... And I've heard that, like, he's supposed to be an allegory for, like, fans at the time when he was created or when he was, like, brought into Infinite Crisis where they were complaining that, like, DC was getting too dark and, and Superboy Prime was, like, this force who was trying to bring it back to, like, the Silver Age. And if that was what he was trying to accomplish, it was just kind of annoying to read, and he hasn't gotten better since here and there. But this was like different, I did appreciate what they were going for here and trying to redeem Superboy Prime. I'm happy that he got a happy ending.
Seeing him beat the shit out of this dude. I really liked that. I enjoyed the art.
Yeah, the art by Francis Manipal is awesome too. Yeah, I was also like, why didn't he just say, "Yo, Superman family, why don't we just go, all of us?" I feel like he would have had a bigger chance if the rest of them was there. But
I would argue, like, maybe a few of them did have to stay back to fight against the other twisted
That's true.
Superman.
That's fair.
But who knows? Yeah, I think he could have had a little bit more help with him. I'll agree.
Yeah, and it is good that his actions had an impact on the story. That it wasn't just a one-off about Superboy Prime. And I like that Jeff Johns wrote this, by the way. And I think this is the first comic he's written since like Shazam. And that ended like maybe a couple months ago. But I like that he's kind of like playing with this dynamic between like what's reality in the DC universe, what really counts are like where they're characters who were reading themselves in comics. He did the same thing in Doomsday Clock where he was like doing this meta commentary on reboots and why they happen. So sometimes I'm interested into what he has to say. But that's all I got to say about the Secret Origin. Do you want to say anything else? Yeah. We do have another death metal book. It's more of an anthology story. It's very long. It's like 80 something pages. So we're not going to go through all of them. There are it's a story basically about the battles that are taking place when Diana comes out. I guess we could do like the beginning and end real fast because everything in between, like the stuff that's sandwiched, is literally the battles that the Teen Titans are having and the Batman family is having, and the one that Lois Lane has. The comic actually begins where Death Metal number 6 left off with Wonder Woman in her gold form. She's giant, by the way. I didn't even know that was the case.
Yeah.
But she's a giant gold lady, and she's scrapping it up with the Batman Who Laughs. And we get a little couple of evil versions of Wally. This is one evil Wally that comes through with a fucking gun. And he's just like, haha, I'm evil Wally and I have a Beretta.
Right.
And I'm like,
And I did all of that shit on purpose, and it
Yeah.
was real cool.
Yeah.
I'm the guy you should hate, not your Wally.
yeah, it was a
You direct
Wally.
your anger towards me.
Yeah, I'm Tom King. My name is Tom King Flash. I did the shit, not everybody else at DC.
It's me, the personification of the story that you may not like.
Dude, it's actually kind of silly that he's just walking around with a regular 45 pistol.
Right? He's like, I'm really fast. I'm just going to run up on you and shoot you. That makes sense.
I guess,
Why
but
not?
it's like you could kill people with super speed. Why do you need the extra guns? He didn't kill those
It might
people
be
with
dirty
guns,
to
by the way.
actually like touch people. And, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's one of those.
Yeah, he didn't kill those people, by the way, with a gun. He blew up. He blew up his powers. It would be funny if he was just like running around going, zapped you. But no, he's walking around with a gun. But he gets killed real fast by Arsenal, like the zombie version of Arsenal that Batman
So
resurrected.
revenge against that Wally.
Yeah. And
The one that, yeah.
and Wally's just like, sorry. And Arsenal's like, whatever, dude. Let's just get to doing the thing. And we cut to the various battles around the DC universe. Everybody's basically fighting against the worst fears of their respective characters. So there's a penguin, like the penguin gets one. That's kind of funny. I was like, word, penguin? I guess like one of them, the Constantine one is fun because it's drawn by Rob Gilroy, who drew Chew. Is one of my favorite comic books that I've read in a while. Is Chew. He's got very funny art. I hope he gets a DC series, honestly. They give him a funny one because he's good for it. But yeah, little side stories. The Batman one, I guess, is one of the more important ones as well, and then we'll move on. There's this Batman one that reconciles the fact that Batman resurrected the Batman who laughs, and it backfires horribly on him for a minute. Do you remember that one, Josh?
No.
No?
I didn't know.
Dog.
No.
Okay, so in the middle of the comic, there's a fucking story where Batman, like how he resurrected the Batman who laughs as a Black Lantern zombie?
Yeah, when they get into a tussle with each other.
Yeah.
And he lets them know, like, hi, you can't, like, I'm the only one that really matters.
Yeah, where the Batman who laughs planned all along for Batman to use the Black Lantern ring to resurrect him as one of his pawns. So he doused himself in some shit that, like, allows him to retain control over his body. Yeah, Lazarus Pit stuff. And then Batman was like, haha, I counterplanned against that. So now you're under my control. And Batman who laughs is like, touche.
Yeah.
And that's basically how it ends. It's like, oh, so we need each other then. Cool. We're back at where we started.
Like the Joker. Yeah.
We're back where we started, only I stabbed you in the shoulder and you're critically injured as well. So pretty cool. But those are the Dark Knight.
They laugh with each other.
Yeah, they laugh with each other, Pretty alright books. I like the Secret Origin one quite a bit. The anthology, some decent stories in that. But you guys ready to move on?
Oh yeah.
It's time to randomize.
That bitch from Tokyo.
Avengers. This is Avengers number 40. Enter the Phoenix
Party.
Yeah, the Phoenix Party. We start off with Steve Rogers in some weird forest where he's just punching a tree because this is how he kind of blows off steam. And it turns out he's on the Savage Line, actually. Just realized that. He's just chilling, hanging out, and talking about how the other people in the Avengers deals with stress, or like how they handle like stressful situations. And Captain America just likes to stand around punching trees and remembering times where people beat the shit out of him, but he still got up. And that's when Dr. Doom comes crashing through one of the trees with the Phoenix Fire attached to him. And, they got to start scrapping immediately. But at some point, Steve manages to like grab the Phoenix Fire from him and put it into his own body. And he is Captain Phoenix. Why are you shaking your head, Josh?
No, it was just kind of sudden. Like, where did Doctor Doom come from with this shit?
Well,
He just went for it.
Well, we'll explain now. We then cut to earlier on Avengers Mountain when the Avengers are finally getting ready to confront the Phoenix Fire. The Phoenix just standing atop this volcano chilling. And now it's like, all right, we got to deal with this, I guess. Now that the Khonshu shit is over, we got to address this sticky situation. And right when, they're about to like kind of deal with it, Namor shows up. And he's like, no, that's mine, actually. I called the Phoenix Force over here so I could take its powers and pwn everyone. But he is stopped by Wolverine, who is there. And he's like, nope, we're taking the Phoenix Force. This issue cuts between time. We cut back to the Doctor Doom fight when Captain America has like the Phoenix Force to him. And he's locked in deep battle with him. And then we cut back to the past where everybody's just fighting over the Phoenix Force. And this Wolverine says something interesting where Captain America goes up to him and is like, hey, Logan, last time the Phoenix Force was involved, you and I stood on the same side. Where do you stand now? And Wolverine's like kind of like chummy about it, but he's like, hey, man, things are different now. Don't get me wrong, the X-Men aren't looking for a war with you guys, not yet. And I'm like, whoa, what?
He says "you people," and I just thought about the Tropic Thunder scene when he's like,
What do you mean, you people?
You people.
That's so funny.
Yeah. That's if Cap would have said that shit, man.
Yeah. But they're just like talking about it, and then all of a sudden the Phoenix Force decides to awaken and spread its wings across like pretty much the world. But it very carefully selects its lanes of where it distributes its power. So, where the immediate fighting is happening, it takes Namor, Black Panther, and Steve Rogers. And that's kind of where we leave off. Apparently Doctor Doom and Captain America have been fighting for ownership of the Phoenix Force. Apparently Doctor Doom was also chosen by the Phoenix Force in order to become a host. And this is really funny, actually. Doctor Doom and Steve had their battle. It's pretty cool. Steve wins through full sheer willpower, essentially. And Doctor Doom is like, I see. You will not let him die. Like the hero in some American cinematic fairy tale, the captain will keep rising again and again from my savage assaults, proving himself to be worthy, with air quotes, is worthy of your power with his impressive ability to be brutally humiliated and yet remain upright. And he's basically saying, nah, I'm too savage for this shit. He can have it. I don't want to, I'm not what you're looking for. I can't do that shit. And so Doctor Doom forfeits, and Steve is taken to this weird purgatory place where it's not just him, it's not just Black Panther, and it's not just Wolverine. There are a plethora of heroes that were chosen by the Phoenix Force. And there's some that are weird. The Eye is one of them from, remember Original Sin, that big eye thing? He was one of them. Howard the Duck is one of the candidates to be the
Are you serious?
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I see Valkyrie's there. Is that Luke Cage? Yeah, Luke Cage is there. Is this one of the Squadron Supreme guys? The Batman-esque character, the one next to Luke Cage?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, there's Namor, of course. There's the Russian Black Widow. There's Shang-Chi. There's there's who?
Oh shit, Julia from S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever the fuck her name is, Agent.
Who?
This the lady with the pink. Is that She-Hulk actually?
Is it?
I take all of that back.
It might be. It might be She-Hulk. She's supposed to.
I think.
Yeah, that's She-Hulk.
Oh, the lady from the Russian group.
Man-Thing is there.
Brian Braddock.
Brian Braddock? Where's Brian Braddock?
Yeah, on the right side. I think that's him.
No, that's not him. That's Black Knight.
Oh,
I think that's Black Knight at least. And Hyperion is one of them. Who's the guy in the what?
Blue Jacket.
Blue Jacket. Oh, I don't know who that is. Dawnstar, maybe? I think that's his name. I don't know. Hyperion is one of them, too, by the way. That's pretty crazy. But apparently this is going to be a big tournament arc for Avengers. And honestly, at least we got a fight. We got one fight out of the way, so they know it's not just some weird test. But apparently these people are going to compete in actual battle to decide who's going to be the next wielder of the Phoenix Force. An interesting concept. I'm here for it. I like this issue. Actually, it might actually be my VGI.
Certified VGI.
I thought it was fun, and I like the concept, and hopefully they can deliver. And it's not just who's going to pin the tail on the donkey better to be the next Phoenix Force. But I'm excited for this. The possibilities, you know. Do you want to say anything before we move on, Josh?
No, I this was a pretty good issue.
Yeah. All right.
I agree with you.
It is time to randomize.
Oh, good.
The King in Black books. We have 2 of these. We missed last week where we had King in Black number 2. We're going to start off with that one. Last we left off, it was a Venom issue where Venom was being dropped from the top of one of Null's big Venom symbiote buildings. And when we left off, he was just about to hit this car. This takes off literally seconds after as Eddie Brock slams into this fucking car.
Yeah.
So I thought like Spider-Man was going to come in and be like, phew! But no, he just bulldozes himself into this car.
Yeah, Spider-Man got there, but
too late.
Not a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, after
He looks like a corpse. He just fell on this car. He's laid out like Christ.
Yeah, his back is bent, man. It's kind of wild. And that's when Spider-Man's like, oh shit, Eddie. You know, it's like literally 2 seconds too late. And he's like, fuck, anybody help me. Null is tight because he's like, I dropped him from what looks like the Empire State Building or some shit. And he survived. What the fuck? And yeah, at some point, Spider-Man actually ends up drawing the Avengers and Cyclops who have been possessed by Null. So he's like, shit. And
yeah, and these pictures look awesome, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get to the art later. It's so great. But yeah, the Human Torch comes through and is like, yo, I got help. Go get him to the FF lab. And he's like, what about you? Fire doesn't hurt them in the same way, Johnny. And he's like, whatever, I'll do the Nova Blast, my ultimate technique. And if I die, tell them I said something cool and heroic before I went. And, you know, Spider-Man takes off in a big splash page where he's carrying Eddie as Johnny Storm Nova Blasts himself. It's not going to be dead, I imagine, but pretty cool.
No, this is going to be taken over by a symbiote eventually.
Mm-hmm. We cut over to the lab of the Fantastic Four, where Eddie Brock is on ultra mega double life support. He is really like holding it down, trying to die. And Valkyrie, he's like, hey, so how's he going to do? Is he going to be okay? And Valkyrie's like, yeah, I'm a Valkyrie, and one of my powers is I could see how near a person is to death. And you see this big skull, and the bigger that skull is actually how representative of how certain you are you're going to die. The skull takes
like
up...
Akuma,
yeah.
Gray Man.
Yeah. The skull takes up like the fucking wall. It's like a big-ass skull, and it looks super cool. This one panel is really, like, badass. So, yeah, basically Valkyrie's like, yeah, I think he's close. I don't know if he's going to pull through, dog. But you know, we need to hurry, you know? So Peter goes to get Dylan in his bunker as he's watching destruction on television. Oh, no, he's just playing. I think he's playing, like, Call of Duty, chilling. And, you know, he takes him to the lab where everybody's, like, kind of discussing what to do next because they are royally fucked. Blade is talking to Krakoa, And hey, man, you want to send more X-Men other than the 3 you sent over? And Xavier's like, nah, we already sent too many folks. You guys got to deal with it. You guys really fucked up. And yeah, he's like, we can't risk drawing them over here. He's like, yo, they're coming for you too, Krakoa. You can't be isolated forever.
Right.
Yeah, Black Panther is on board. He's like, yo, I have my whole country on your side, but we need a plan right now. And that's when Namor pulls up, and Namor's like, yo, I got my people too. I can't believe you guys haven't had a plan yet, but figure it out. But Iron Man does have kind of a plan. He's gonna try to go and grab one of the dragons, the symbiote dragons, get an extract out of them, and try to resurrect Eddie Brock by injecting him or fusing him with another symbiote, because that seems to be the only way to keep him alive. And in the meantime, he's going to have Namor go down and call over the Black Tide, who are a big deal. And Blade's going to go pull up and collect Dracula.
Who's also a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
PBD.
pretty big deal. PBD. And they called Wilson Fisk up to get the assist of the supervillains in New York to help out with their plan.
Yeah.
Tony tries to pull up. He tries to get the fucking the sample from the symbiote dragon, and it almost kind of
he kept it a whole dragon like a Pokemon or something.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and it almost kills him too. It almost actually brings him to be nullified. So yeah, they try to inject this portion of the symbiote over, and it doesn't go well. The symbiote immediately just starts trying killing this Eddie Brock, and Dylan just vaporizes it in an instant. And they're like, "Yo, we have Dylan. Dylan can defeat these things." And just in that moment of hope, you hear the life support thing go ee, and Eddie Brock has seemed to have died. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the sound yet because he's obviously not confirmed death, as we see in the preview for Venom number 32, where he seems to have gone full Kingdom Hearts. You know how you go through the water and then you just come out in darkness? That's exactly what happened there. So, there's more to be told for Eddie Brock. But, yeesh, what an issue. The art is awesome. I can't say it enough. Almost every panel, it feels like I could hang up on my wall. It is really well drawn. Yeah. The story does a good job of establishing really big stakes. I feel like everybody's in big trouble here. It's a good event so far. I'm excited for it. We do have another one. Do you have any thoughts on the King of Black number 2? Josh? Yes?
No, well, I'm not gonna lie. I was caught up trying to read it. I guess I didn't see this extra preview, but all it is him falling, like you said.
Yeah. There are a couple extra pages, but they're literally just a preview for the next Venom issue.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ready to move on to the next one?
Mm-hmm.
We have King in Black, Iron Man, and Doctor Doom. This picks up
this one was wild.
Yeah, this one was pretty crazy. We pick up kind of where we left off, where Iron Man just got through with the whole Eddie Brock situation. He's sulking on the fucking roof damn, I just killed Eddie Brock. That's fucked up. And Doctor Doom pulls up out of nowhere, where he's just would you mourn me as you mourn him? And he's being weirdly petty about it. He's like, oh, I thought he was a fucking killer 6 months ago. But now you're like, oh no, we lost Eddie Brock. But if it were me, you'd probably be happy if I were dead.
Yo, I'm dead. He says that. Nigga said, depends. Did I kill you? And Doom response, that is out of the realm of possibility. You could never
I love Doom.
Know about that one, but yeah, he let it be known I'll humor this response and let's say, yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, let's say you could do that. It's really funny. But, they're just chilling on the roof, trying to figure out what to do next. And then they see in the distance fucking Santa Claus and his reindeer pulling up. But it's not just any old average Santa Claus. It's Santa Claus who's been fucking nullified.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, this is like a symbiote fucking Santa out there flying around. And Iron Man literally is like, oh, we gotta stop Santa. And this whole issue is about fighting Santa Claus. What?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Grandma got ran over by a symbiote Santa Claus.
Symbiote reindeer.
The spirits of Yule are petty Germanic folklore. He's like, dude, bro. For real.
It's right there.
Ass, seriously. Look.
Yeah,
use your magic scanner.
Dude, that's so funny. And they really have to do battle with him. But it's like kind of a quick story. They actually end up beating him and removing the symbiote from his body. And Santa Claus is like, did you destroy my sled? I guess I'll fuck off and get my own way home. And the issue ends with Dr. Doom's just trying to figure out if Santa's actually real. Is like, what just happened right now? And I'm also like, what just happened right now? And that's basically how it ends. That was a weird one. I didn't hate it. It wasn't bad at all, but I was like, this came out of nowhere, but I guess it was goofy and fun. I can't hate it, really.
I really like Iron Man suit. It reminds me of Dark Samus from Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
But it just looks dope. I like the bio aspect of it.
Yeah, that's for sure. But that's all I got to say about this one. You guys moving on? Let's go.
Keep on moving on.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
The X-Books. We have 3 of these because we missed one. There's something weird about the release schedule for these because Cable was supposed to come out last week.
Yeah, it was, and
it didn't come out this week either. So I don't know if it's like maybe it got released in print and we have no idea. But yeah, that's just kind of like the vibe. But we're going to start with Excalibur, number 16.
Excalibur.
This is Excalibur. We haven't had an Excalibur issue since Ten of Swords, and we're just kind of dealing with the fallout of that. We open up and
I like how this issue directly
addresses what just happened.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, because it kind of spun out of this series. So it starts off from Krakow, where Rogue is like...
Yeah, I feel like the first few panels addresses that, too. Like, yeah. I thought they was taking jabs at it. He's, like, trying to be all normal and shit. And Rogue is like, don't you remember doing this whole thing in this event? Like,
yeah, do you not remember that?
Remember fucking Betty?
Yeah, do we not remember that our leader got decimated? This is what I didn't know, is that apparently the Captain Britain Corps is just all Betsy Braddocks from different universes. So yeah. I guess like I skimmed over that fact, but I didn't know that. But it was every Betsy Braddock except for our Betsy Braddock, for lack of a better term.
Seemingly, yeah.
And Richter is still out there, I guess, trying to get to Apocalypse, or as they like to call him in this one.
Yeah.
And Jubilee's like, yo, he's fucking gone. Why do you even care, dude? We gotta go. Just live your life. And everybody's just still kind of reeling over what just happened. Richter catches Rogue and Gambit at a bar, just talking shit about what happened to Betsy, and Richter's like, well, what about A?
They're like, bro, who gives a fuck about that nigga?
Fuck him.
We don't. Right? That guy's an asshole. And Richter was real raw about that.
Yeah. He's like, he wanted us to learn more about
our... like his father figure or whatever.
Yeah, he wanted us to learn more about our secret history. And everybody's like, he would have easily let us die in Otherworld for his stupid fucking plans.
For his goals, without an issue.
To get his wife back. To get pwned by his wife.
He didn't say a word about Betsy. He was just like, she fell into pieces. It is what it is. Next.
He didn't even say he felt sad about it. He was just like, it'd be that way.
The only thing on his mind was fighting against his wife in a sword fight and asking her why. That was the only thing he cared about. No, he didn't care about nobody else's life. Definitely not Richter's after he opened that gate already. That was it. He didn't care about him no more.
That's very true.
He used you, bro.
Yeah, he used you, man. It was really funny. Okay, so everybody's just like trying to get him to calm down. It's like, yo, we didn't lose A. He chose to leave. He left with his wife. Man. He volunteered. We lost Betsy. She got cheated, and we can't find her anymore.
You got no explanation.
So they sent in a kind of like a case request for X Factor, so they can go over it because they're the people who investigate deaths and approve resurrections now. And apparently, the report that they came up with was inconclusive, where they're like, "Yeah, we know that she's not around." But we don't. She just kind of turned into glass and turned to pieces. In Magic Land, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if it confirms.
Anything.
Yeah, I don't know if that confirms she's dead, but I don't know. Maybe you guys should go into Otherworld and try to find definitive proof that she's dead for real. Dead beyond like reproach. So they do. The remaining Excalibur team goes into Otherworld and arrives at Avalon, where Captain Avalon and King Jamie and Captain Avalon's wife, Maggie, I think her name is, and apparently they have a daughter who's super smart. They're just chilling, and they arrive there. They're like, we've come to kind of investigate the scene of the crime of where Captain Britain turned into pieces. So, we'd like to do that. And Maggie's like, yo, I think I could help you with that because, I have a connection to the land here in Otherworld. So I've been feeling a calling over to where Captain Marvel is, basically. So, I could help you out. And they're like, cool, let's do it. But, she goes with the Excalibur team just because, like, you never know if Saturnine's, like, spiteful ass is going to show up and do something. So, they all go off and go exploring. Meanwhile, King Jamie and Captain Avalon have like kind of this exchange where Captain Avalon is like, yo, you don't even care that your sister's gone. And Jamie's like, yo, just because I'm not going out and trying to fight everything I see doesn't mean I don't care. I'm trying to figure out other ways to get Betsy back. So he gets his cape that he got from Mr. Sinister and he goes through the Krakoan gate. And we cut over to right beneath the Starlight Citadel, where where Maggie just kind of stops in the middle and starts like regaining her powers because she is being connected to the land of Otherworld directly. And while we're waiting for her powers to just kind of kick in, we cut over to the Bar Sinister, where Mr. Sinister is just sitting, chilling on his desk when King Jamie comes through with his cape. And he's like, yo, I'd like to return this. And I'd like to ask for that favor you owe me for letting you guys just walk through here and not snitching on you to Saturnine. And he basically asks for a bio clone of Betsy because that's Mr. Sinister's bag. Is that he just likes to do weird genetic cloning shit. So, they agree. He's like, all right, I guess so. And, I guess we're going to get a weird clone story with Betsy. But in any case, it turns out Maggie summons the other Captain Britons, which are all Betsy Braddock, but not our Betsy Braddock. And they're like, hey, yo, so we noticed that all of you were brought back, but not our Captain Britain. So can you look for that? And they're like, yeah. We then cut. There is like this informational page about the Grimoire of A, but they crossed out his name, and I guess this is the Excalibur one. I
didn't realize that they crossed his name out. That's not funny.
It's not his anymore. And then we get this like big splash page where Betsy is just like thinking, she's like, I am a stranger here. Seek serenity of mind. All pain will pass. My physicality is but a vessel. I leave behind a body. So her consciousness has been restored at some point. But yeah, she's alive somewhere, and she wakes up, and there's Angel right next to her, and they say, and he brings her tea. He says, "Good morning, tea, darling. Tea for the queen of my heart." And in this big portrait behind her, it looks like Betsy is a queen of some sort. So she's alive. That's a good thing. Where, I don't know, but she's alive. It was an alright issue. I mean, not much to say until like, you know, until like this kind of Betsy mystery solve. I think next issue we'll get into it a little bit more and get a little clarity of exactly where she is. Oh no, not this button.
Yeah.
But in any case, we can move on to the next X book on the lineup, and that would be X-Men number 16. I thought there was going to be a story between, you know, this one and the one I saw, where it's going to deal with the people of the Vault. But nope, we're doing this first, which is, I guess, called for and necessary. This issue is going to deal with the fallout about Ten of Swords as well, but with Arakko now being on Earth. Basically, Cyclops, Rachel, Summers, and Cable are standing before the Arakko, and they're like, "Shit, how is this gonna work?" These people, apparently, Krakoa and Arakko do not merge together as they should, and it's kind of literally how, you know, they just don't like each other. It looks like they're just not, you know, having a union. Cypher is sent over to kind of like be a negotiating body between Arakko and Krakoa and try to figure out what's happening and why is it happening. And he basically explains is like, yeah, they don't like each other anymore. And it turns out Arakko doesn't even speak the same language anymore. Like they've been away. It looks like they've been away too long, and maybe Arakko's been on Amethyst for so long that it's kind of forgotten its roots. It's just not the same anymore. So basically they're like, all right, we got to figure this out because we can't just have two mutant islands on here that aren't united. You know, we got to figure out what exactly is happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues that entails.
Basically. So on Arakko later, we see this Amethyst demon like trolling around, and it gets beheaded by Iska, the Unbeaten from Ten of Swords. And she's apparently gone there to meet up with Xavier and Magneto to kind of just talk over the terms as to what happened. And yeah, basically she tries to get some information as to what even this world is, you know, like, so what is this world you rule? And you know, oh wait, first they explain their like governing bodies. Like Arakko serves under the Great Ring, which is basically like the same thing. It's just under a different name as the Quiet Council. They explain that they share Earth with humanity, and Iska's like, "What? Why would you do that? You're stronger than them."
What?
Yeah.
Are they that formidable? And Magneto's like, I mean, they know some tricks, but they're just men.
Yeah, that's really funny.
And she's like, so then.
Yeah, that was a really funny moment where they're like. He's like, "Oh man, they must be really tough in order for you to, you know, back off so fervently and share their land."
Which honestly, that is the case.
It is kind of the case. There are strong.
I mean,
humans.
I know in the vision we've seen with Saturn that Ament eventually win. You know, Arakko wins over when it's just them, but they also had the vast hordes of Araki. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, based on what we've seen, like their best fighters would have trouble against like the Avengers and other heroes. It wouldn't be a slaughter fest, especially now without the demons.
Yeah. It's also revealed that the mutant population on Arakko is 20 times that of Krakoa. And it's kind of at that moment where Xavier and Magneto are taken aback a little, like, shit.
Damn.
Damn.
She calls their government infantile.
Yeah, he says that you're children running a child government.
Young.
Yeah. It's funny, like, and it's also that they're basically raised on war. These people have known nothing but combat since the day they were born. So not only do they have numbers, they have tougher mutants just because they've been fighting literally every second of their lives. So, you know, Iska's like, I mean, I guess we can be soft too if you want, but I don't even know about that.
Yeah, right. Like we're gonna have to vote on.
Yeah, we're gonna have
see
to
if we want to unify and
deal with your shit.
With y'all.
Yeah, and basically she's like, do not come to this place again like this, with dreams in your head and flowers in your hand. This,
and Professor X was real upset.
Yeah, he was like, this is my gate. I wanted to put a gate here. And she fucks off
all the way over.
She says, I'm gonna go, bring it to the ring and we'll consider it. And we get a little bit of a breakdown of the Great Ring of Morocco. We know a couple of these. We know Iska. Do we know Tarn?
Yes.
Have we seen Tarn before? I feel like I know that name.
Tarn the Uncaring. That sounds like a name I remember. Tarn the Uncaring.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that too. Idol, I remember. He's the guy who Idol. Yeah, Idol's the guy I remember because I think that's the guy that Genesis laughed at when they said chill. Don't just go out there. There's demons and shit. So I think Idol.
She was like, "Oh, word, I'm going."
Mm-hmm.
And you should. What, did he not get killed for saying that?
Yeah,
it's not.
Damn. It says here that no mutant that has ever sat on the Great Ring who was not an Omega level mutant. So all of them are Omega levels.
Yeah.
And it never happened and it never will. So these guys value power over everything. And yeah, the issue continues on where they're at the Quiet Council area. Magneto brought Cyclops and Jean over and they're like, yeah, it's kind of wild over there. We're going to need a couple of people to fill these seats, and we want you guys to come back. And Cyclops and Jean look at each other, and they basically decline. They're like, no thank you. And Magneto's like, why not? And,
yeah, he's pressed.
And basically, they're like, look, I mean, because we feel like there's something more important to do now. The X-Men, we need to bring that back. That's important because now we need the people to feel that there are people working for them as opposed to deciding what's best for them without consulting them or, there's no citizens representation in the council. They're just kind of deciding the fate of hundreds of people amongst each other. So, we got to
oligarchy.
Yeah, I guess it's a balance of power to the Quiet Council is what they're doing. And they're basically like,
champs.
So yeah, Jeans is like, and so yeah, I'm not going to come back to the council. And Magneto's like, what about you, Cyclops? What the fuck? It's like, I'll still be a good captain to the council. I was serving the council well, but I'll just be doing this.
Shoot some laser beams for y'all if y'all still need me.
Yeah, yeah. If you need me to shoot laser beams, I'll shoot laser beams for y'all. But
oh yeah, I'm so down. You want me to go out to New York and fight that thing that they all struggle?
Yo, I heard they're fighting against the symbiote god. You want me to go down there?
I'm down.
I'm down.
I'm ready to go to war.
Yeah, and basically, so they're like, so what are we gonna do now? And Krakoa is gonna hold its first election to decide who's gonna be on the next council. I guess.
Stop the count.
There's going to be a bunch of parties involved. It's not a two-party system, obviously. The only people who can't really be involved. I think it's like this.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, I think you got it. But yeah, basically, the election of the X-Men. The X-Men are the heroes of Krakoa. Oh no, they're electing who's going to be on the X-Men team.
Yes, instead of just arbitrarily choosing, not arbitrarily, but making their own decision.
And they're
cool. It's kind of like a popularity contest, but they're probably gonna pick strong people.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's pretty cool. The only people who are not eligible to be inducted into the X-Men are anybody on the Quiet Council. So anybody else within the Academos habitat, the House of M, the Hellfire, the Sinister, the Bar Sinister, any of these people can be part of the X-Men, but the Quiet Council themselves cannot be.
Yeah,
that's an interesting concept. I'm here for it. I thought that was pretty sick. it's so sad that like X-Men doesn't come out as often as the other books. Just because I'm like, you're the one that moves the plot really for you. Like,
this one does. I think it's paced relatively well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just the first few ones were kind of like a little all over the place. So
Teasy,
but yeah.
Like this is what's gonna happen. We're building blocks basically, but now,
instead of moving, now it feels like it is kind of the one that's helping like pull everything along.
Yeah, X-Men has its own, differentiating factor as opposed to being just like, this is the conduit between all these other series.
I want them to come back with the giant-sized issues.
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know if they are, but they could always come back. In any case, that was X-Men. We have one more, and that would be
Wolverine.
Wolverine number 8. This is the 350th issue of Wolverine in total. That was mean. This is cool. Good for Wolverine.
It is really cool. I love Wolverine, man. He's one of the coolest characters.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. So yeah, we start off with this Jeff Bannister's guy. I
don't think he's the best there is, though.
You sure about that? He's the best there is of what he does. That's the full line. It's
sure.
Which is cutting people up and stabbing people. He's good at stabbing people. See, he's already stabbing somebody on the cover of this issue. He's drawing blood right there. We open with Jeff Bannister's house. He's this human guy from the CIA that Wolverine has been working with. And they're just chilling, having a beer because Wolverine can't have beers anywhere anymore because last time he just got dropped into a fucking ice pit. So no, he's just going to his friend's house now. And they swap war stories essentially, and we cut over to Wolverine. Apparently, he's being watched by the desk of X or something like that. Oh, the X desk, and they're basically this branch of the CIA that does not like Krakoa. So they're just like tasked with spying on them and shit. And apparently, also Agent Bannister is on their shit list as well. So that's going to come up later. There's this scene where this group of mercenaries are just like going around, like break into this high security place and steal some of the dog tags that Logan had back in the day. It looks like, I'm not really sure. It looks like dog tags. But yeah, then we cut over to the Krakoa where Omega Red just comes out of his cave. And I'm like, where is this guy supposed to be? He's either with the X-Force, but he's also chilling on Krakoa. But yeah, he pulls up on this like wild animal because he's a bloodthirsty beast. And that's when he gets trapped by one of X-23's clones, Daken, the son of Wolverine, and then Wolverine himself. They all gang up on him. And Omega Red actually professes his innocence as to what happened back in before the Ten of Swords issue where he was kidnapped by the vampires. So he's like, yo, I didn't do none of that shit. Which I thought it was confirmed that he did, but I don't know. I don't really understand.
I guess he was under, he was being hypnotized.
Yeah.
Not that he's too regretful over it or anything. I think he's just saying, like, it wasn't me. I didn't mean to do it. Not that I feel sorry about it or nothing.
But I didn't want to.
I guess that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we cut over to the point where the headquarters of the X Factor is. Oh, the X Force. And this is pretty cool. This is a pretty good use of the Danger Room technology, as Beast has recreated the Danger Room to be like this virtual CIA, CSI type of area, so they can just investigate crime scenes without actually being there, just like recreate them. And that's pretty cool. And they're talking about like that government black site that was just broken into by those mercenaries, and one of the mercenaries is a mutant named Maverick. So Wolverine is on the hunt for this Maverick guy. But as they're about to, I guess, go like raid this place in California, Wolverine intercepts this team of mercs and just beats them all up pretty easy. And basically, they've been carrying out a bunch of jobs for this place called Legacy House. And this guy doesn't really know what the fuck. He's just some fucking, I don't know, henchman guy. And he's like, please, I don't know. After a few days ago, after our last delivery to the Legacy House from the Pentagon, we stole this memory suppression machine once used by Hydra. And then he gets shot in the head by a guy that seems to be Maverick, I guess. And Wolverine is left with nothing. So, yeah, Wolverine returns to the point where he gets dressed up because he's got to infiltrate this, I guess this headquarters in Madripoor. It's always Madripoor. They got mad beef with that place.
Yeah. Is that an actual place in the world?
Yeah,
I feel bad that I don't know where it is.
Brian, can you Google if Madripoor is a real place in the world?
I feel like that's like in China or in the Philippines, maybe.
Yeah.
China.
China. But anyway, he arrives at
it's a
Madripoor.
fictional island located in Southeast Asia.
So it's not real. Cool. So yeah, Wolverine was sent over there to be a spy, 00 Wolverine, I guess. And
Sure.
yeah,
Eye Patch Sama.
And that's where the issue ends. It was an alright issue. I don't really have much to say about it. It was fine. I don't know. X-Men was like, I guess, the best of the three, but it's pretty good. Do you guys have any more thoughts?
Nah, man, it was pretty nice 2 weeks for X-Men.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say generally.
All right. Well, that was the X-Men, and that has been our show. A nice little quick one. This is a shorter one than usual, but, we didn't have a ton to talk about. Manga will be back next week in the first episode of our new year. So look out for that. We will be announcing our new series next week as well. And then the week after that, we'll start covering it properly, But, yeah. Until then, thank you guys so much. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram, at jdcole_37, at b.esp. Follow Brian's stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/itspunchline. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Vote for the Audience RGC stuff whenever you see it. All that jazz. Comment below, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this has been a weird dumpster fire of a year, but we all got through it.
Yeah.
We made it. And we're looking forward to
keep
some
pushing and grinding, man.
Hell yeah. And we're looking forward to some better times. One Piece is hitting chapter 1000 in 2021. That in and of itself,
that's gonna be really dope.
That in and of itself is looking up. It's a good thing. But in any case, thank you guys so much for listening, and stay safe, New Jump citizens. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to y'all. I actually have a fortune that I got. I haven't had a fortune cookie in a long time. It says it isn't our position, but our disposition that makes us happy.
And there you have it. If that isn't 2020 in a nutshell, man. But yeah, take care, everybody. Stay safe as usual.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
15, 30, 10, 4, 6, 49. Those are your lucky numbers.